My name is Ruchira Gupta. I'm the founder of Apne Aap Women Worldwide, an organization which is working to end sex trafficking. I used to be a journalist and I made a documentary called The Selling of Innocence with 22 women in prostitution from Bombay, and it was a life-changing experience for me, at the end of which I ended up setting up this organization. I was walking through the hills of Nepal when I came across rows of villages which didn't have any girls from age 15 to 45, and I began to ask the men in those villages, where are the girls? Few answered and they said, oh, they're in Bombay, don't you know? These villages were 2 hours away from the road, 1400 kilometers away from Bombay, and when I began to ask the question, the answer was devastating, because I found that the flesh trade existed in my lifetime, in my generation, in my country. Apne Aap means self-help or self-empowerment. When the 22 women in prostitution who had helped me make the documentary asked me, they said, can you help us? So I said, no, I can't help you. Ultimately, you have to help yourself, because otherwise the help will not happen. But they said, but we are not educated, we are not rich, how can we help ourselves? So I said, that bit I can do, and together we can try to help each other and rescue each other. The first thing we do in Apne Aap is that we create a safe space inside a red light area, inside a slum, which a girl or a woman can easily access, because that itself takes them out of the place of exploitation. But the next thing we do is that we form them into a group, so they find 9 friends where they can talk, laugh, share stories with each other. So the isolation goes away and they realize that this is not their shame. Then we start a community classroom. We start with the daughters of the women in prostitution, because they definitely want to save their daughters from the same destiny that they had. So we organize them and they access all these things, starting from the safe space to ending up becoming mainstream, getting job training, having bank accounts, enrollment for their children in school, and an adult literacy program that they've been through, and a skill. Savings and interloaning among themselves for business planning, the ability to start a small tea store, a grocery store or something, and turning their lives around. Apne Aap today has grown to more than 10,000 women and girls all over India. Apne Aap is not just an NGO, we are a movement to bring about this change, and we need help because we want mainstream society to join this movement. The revolution will happen when a victim speaks up, and when someone who's not a victim empathizes with her. And we are looking for that moment of empathy from mainstream society. And in different ways, they can volunteer with our organization, they can intern with our organization, they can help fundraise. The women have needs, school fees, paint supplies, legal fees to help them fight it out against a trafficker in court, to even run our offices sometimes and to pay the staff. What people can do is, of course, go onto our website apneaap.org and just donate money to us through PayPal. That is the first and the most easiest option for people. But it really is transformation. Our mission, of course, is to end sex trafficking by dismantling the system of prostitution. And we see prostitution as a system because we see it has a supply side and a demand side. It's been a long journey, and we are hoping to actually create a movement in the world to reach out to at least 500,000 women, so that our voice is strong enough for even the most powerful to hear and understand. Thank you.